of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining me today. We're doing a little bit of experiment. I am streaming live to Discord and I'm going to try to possibly take calls through Discord today. We're going to test it. There's a link up in the chat if you want to give it a check. And you know how the tech gremlins are, friends. If you can't hear something, let us know. We've got the alert. Don't forget, we've got the alert out there for my moderators. If you can't hear Ryan, throw up the alert. If you can't see if something's wrong, let us know, because we're doing some tech testing today, and it's going to be scary, very scary. But it's Friday, and we're going to have a lot of fun because it's Friday. Fridays is always fun. So we'll be back in a minute. Let's see what we should do to you guys this morning. Let's do some goat candles. Boop.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh, no. The Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
You guys are so awesome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. I'm going to bring Ryan up real quick. I want to say before I forget that, sometimes I get a little down. I'm like, oh man, navel gaze a little bit. And then I pop in and I see people go, man, you guys make my day. Or I see them leaving comments that are positive. And I'm like, man, that's all. Negative comments do not affect me at all. Not at all. But the positive ones really get me going, and it's so. Thank you all you wonderful people for showing up this morning. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. And yeah, I concur. Always love a nice comment. The negative comments, like I said, I usually laugh about them because I know they're coming from a place of like fear and anger and like upsetty spaghetti. So,
right.
Gotcha. They're emotional.
Musical Monkey for you. I actually see you over there. Says I was checking out Discord and yours was really choppy, and that's what I see too. How the light lights up green whenever you're transmitting, but for some reason it should be constant, and it is not. I'll have to figure that out. So bear with me as I work on that. Okay. Thank you for being a guinea pig, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Ryan, again, we're hey, Musical Monkey for you. Well, I don't know if there are any talking. I want to test out, this is just a test to see how things go, and hopefully it'll all work out. Fingers crossed. We'll be praying. Let me say hello to everybody real quick. Home Jim Strongman, good morning. Happy Friday, sinners. They say, Giles, good morning. Oh, they still do that. Church bells. Musical Monkey for you, of course, checking the thing. Thank you for being our guinea pig. Weirdo CKA Evan. Good morning. Stop gazing at the Navy. Right? I know they got enough problems as it is. Quasimodo. Interesting. Good morning, everyone. Kelly Laughlin says, I look at negative comments as badges of honor. There you go.
Yeah.
Most oftentimes, you remember, Ryan, from whenever we used to have our ADHD conversations about how, I didn't really focus long enough to do anything, really. So part of that superpower of mine was my ability to go, oh, that's a negative comment right at the beginning, and just go, okay, I don't need to read this. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah. However, I would have you know that I am, je suis, back on my meds this morning. Yeah, I was able to get them yesterday, back on the meds this morning. They are not my crazy meds, as far as they will not prevent me from yelling at you if you're a fucking moron. Not you, of course, Ryan. Those meds, I still haven't got those. Kelly Laughlin says, yes, it's really, all right, hey guys, if you're willing to do that for a minute, let me just, I don't really know how I can fix that on the now. Let me not worry about it on the fly. If you guys can listen through the YouTubes for now, and because I don't want to disturb everybody else's show just to bang on that for a minute. So I'll tinker with that on my mom. Let me go here and move that out of the way. Maybe I can get another thing producing sound port. We'll see though, but they can see it. That's a start. This is good. Yeah. And I know Kelly's there. Awesome. I can, could probably be willing to test calling in part 2 whenever we're ready. So Retro Junkie is here. The gorgeous Ryan. I know, right? Chris Wilson. I haven't been here for a minute. Good morning, Chris Wilson. Good to catch up. Nice to have you with us. Thank you for coming back. Some things have changed. We're taking calls now. We take calls, not taking calls now. We usually wait till after the first break. Starting yesterday or the day before. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. And yeah, thank you for Brent A is here, all that awesome stuff. So Miss Ryan, do you have a lot going on this weekend, or are you busy? You going to be doing lots of sinning, or?
Do I have a lot going on this weekend? I might film some videos. I have a lot of cleaning to do, like laundry. I have a lot of laundry to do.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing really fun that I can think of. Yeah. What about you?
Me? No. Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I have an audition tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Duh. Yeah, we've been talking about all damn week. I'm sorry. Derp.
No, yeah, we're right. A Shakespeare audition. Let me go here. I'm just trying to see if I can figure something out real quick. Yeah, a Shakespeare audition, and I'm very excited. I've been able to do it. I wasn't able to do it last night for the evil one because reasons, but because I had to go get my medication, and I went and got my medication, and somehow I've lost my license. I do not know how I've lost my license. Let me turn off the crisp noise
Here.
canceling and see if that doesn't help.
That's not
with
good.
my peeps. There we go. And we'll see. Hopefully that'll help.
Out there assuming your identity.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that because that would not be good.
Well, one of the things is, I never take it out of my wallet. So what did I do with my driver's license? What did I do with it? So I had to come home and get my freaking passport. And I only even have a passport because of the wife, because the wife is a responsible grown adult and has taken me on trips and stuff like that. Before I met her, I never had a passport.
Same with me. My husband got, like, if it weren't for him, and all my kids, we got passports. So
Yeah. So it just kind of, let me see if the guys, did the sound get any better, guys? Hopefully it got better. I tried to make things good, or let me know if it works better. Musical Monkey for you. So yeah. But I did have to go do the thing. I got my medication this morning. I got on there, I did the thing, and here we are. And I was able to get stuff done this morning. Well, I say I was able to get stuff done. I was able to get Discord going, and as per the instructions, and sounds great. It does sound as great on Discord now. Oh, though Richard is listening on this one here, on the regular stream, YouTube. That didn't scare me at all. Godwood, incoming call. Hello, Godwin.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
So far, so good. How are you doing?
I'm really good. It's good to talk to you. I'm doing that test through the Discord.
That is cool. They can hear you. I know.
I can hear.
I can hear, but you're cutting in and out like, every other half second.
Okay. I'll have to figure that part out.
It might be me.
No, it's not you. Other people said the same thing. So I thought I fixed it in the room. You actually called me direct rather than going through the stage. So I thought I fixed it.
Want me to try the stage?
If you can. Yeah.
I'll just, yeah.
There we go.
Who was that? I couldn't hear.
Godwin. That was the amazing Super Godwin.
Oh, Godwin?
Yeah. Okay, let me see. So we got our sound back. Let me go here and get our audio back. There we go. We got our audio back. Our video back. So there it is, guys. Sorry for the stuff. Hi there. Oh, Carlos Valdez is here. So Godwin is here. Let's see. Godwin's in the chat. Let's see if I can figure out how to bring someone upon the stage. Invite to speak. There we go. Invite to speak. Oh, hey, he raised his hand. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, does it sound any better, Godwin, or is it still breaking up for you, my friend?
Yeah, it's still breaking up.
Damn it. Okay. I'll have to work on that for a second in a minute. Let me do a thing. Nope, that's not it. I think what it is it's like the mic cutting off or some business like that. You know, it's sound, you know what I mean?
No problem.
Anyway.
Just thought I'd try to help out. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, thanks for calling, Godwin.
That is awesome. Yeah,
No problem.
I appreciate it. Well, you know, I'll bump you back down for a minute, and then whenever if you're
Sure.
available now or later, you know, let me know, and we'll do the thing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. So Ryan, you were saying you don't have a lot going on this weekend, and I was saying I actually happen to have an audition this weekend for Shakespeare. Me and the Evil One have pretty much settled down on doing one of the... Ooh, DSI Denze is here. Good morning, DSI. I don't recognize the name. Ooh, Sir Equinox is here. Trent Trez is here. Wow, happy heathening. Yes, we've been atheisting all week. And Kelly Shear. Good morning, Kelly. So tomorrow I have an audition for the New Mexico Shakespeare Festival. I'll be auditioning for the role... many roles, but the monologue I'll be doing is from Leontes. Ooh. Thank you very much.
So you did choose one?
Well, I chose a monologue. Yeah. I don't know why we're not hearing it, just because my shit's not right. But we should be hearing Carlos Valdez gave away 10 memberships, it looks like. Thank you very much. Yes, 10 memberships to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Thank you very much, Carlos. We appreciate that. Yeah, that's very generous of you. Thank you. Atheist Mechanic is here as well. Yes, indeed. I try to call him out as I see him. Ricky Hitz. I don't recognize the name Ricky Hitz, and I do recognize Kinsey Rainwolf. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. As y'all have probably heard, I'm tinkering with testing and whatnot, trying to get going on Discord. And what we'll do is, if I can, damn it, Jim, what we'll do is I will switch to Discord for our incoming calls. Yeah, let's see if I can just see here. Show more input device. Let's go here. No, that did not help. I heard another thing too. Oh, there's the noise coming through finally. Did you hear
something?
Yeah,
I did hear like a...
There it was. Dr. Ben is in the chat. D20's in the chat. Oh, no, he's not. He got a gifted membership. Oh, he is in the chat. If people are looking for something to do on Friday nights, there's trivia on my channel. What time, Dr. Ben? Let us know what time. The reason why is because we also have a Discord thing going on our channel on Friday nights. And either your folks, when you're done, can slide on over to our thing, or... because our thing is a Discord thing, we could probably do something together. It'd be 9:30 Eastern. So I'll have to find out from them. I think that's a half hour before our thing. Yeah. But that's cool. 9:30 Eastern. And if you're not subscribed to Dr. Ben, go subscribe to Dr. Ben. Trent Trez says, I gotta say, it's nice to hear a guy with a southern accent who isn't a religious booger eater. I'm not religious. At least I'm not religious. You got that half right.
I'm halfway there.
Good morning. Once I stop eating them boogers, I'll be okay. Deep State Annex is here. Good morning, everyone. Flockmeister says audio sucks. Discord audio sucks. It does, and I'll have to figure that out, my friends. I don't know why it sucks yet. It does appear to create a negative pressure environment. I could try some things briefly. I just don't want to. I don't want to tear up everybody else's experience just for this. But let me go here. output B3. So I'll make the same sound that the caller normally hears, if I can figure that out, instead of splitting them up. I know that probably doesn't make sense to you guys, but let's just see what happens. Out B3, and we'll see if that doesn't help, maybe. And I got to come over here and do the same thing. Yeah. In theory, let me go output, show more. Okay, let's see real quick. And I'm still doing it. Social Federalist. Do you want to call them out real quick while I do this thing? Oh, Intrepid is here.
Happy to. Hello, Social Federalist. Welcome. Good to see you. And I saw that I don't know how to say the name. I apologize. DSI Densai. And I apologize if that's like a name and I'm not saying it right. But that they used to be an atheist, but now that they're a Buddhist. So I'd like to know if you were religious before being an atheist, or interested in what made you go down that journey from non-religious to religious. And I don't know much about Buddhism whatsoever. I would like to learn. I think the Pantheon is definitely really cool. Great gag. So Brent A says I have a great gag reflex. Who told you that? Have you been in my DMs or something, Brent A? I thought you were actually nauseated. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of nasty, but no, I was just acting. You know, that's how real I am. Good I am.
I made us change. We'll see.
Chris.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll give you pointers. I'm just kidding because I could not.
Yeah, apparently this sound is going to be a little bit of an issue. Somebody in the chat, I noticed, said that the sound was a problem elsewhere. What I'm trying to do currently is I'm trying to get it to where it seems to have this, like, where it turns off the mic if you don't talk within a certain amount of time. And it shouldn't really do that. Yeah, because it's got a live audio stream coming in constantly, so it should stay on all the time. Godwin's back in there too as a guinea pig, a victim, I believe. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's working now, my friends. Let's see, Brent A, just acting amazing. I was a kid and done so many wrong things, says Denzai, and I didn't know what good and bad was until my parents introduced me to Buddhism and karma. There you go. I guess that's a way to see it. You know, okay, rather than, good morning, William Grace. Thank you for joining us this morning. So you didn't know good or bad until you were introduced to Buddhism? I just find that a little sus, you know. I find it like you'd be hard to get through life. I mean,
at least have a general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be welcome anywhere. You just punching kids in the face and stuff.
Right. I mean, yeah, I had no right, didn't know anything right from wrong until I could see how learning Buddhism could calm you. To teach you to find your inner peace in business. You know, it looks like we actually have people listening, and it sounds like it's working. It looks like it may be working. No more stuttering. Ooh, Trent says, I just told Justin, okay, Chris is here. Now we are really going to run afoul of the Lord. Went right over his head. You know, I was actually on Justin's show yesterday. I really appreciate being on Justin's show. Justin's very cool. I always feel so awkward when I go on there. I this time here, rather than just going on to say, hey, send me your people, I was watching the show, and I actually made some notes and called about a topic that was on point, and I was a good Chris. And then I still felt like just a jerk. And I'm on just a few seconds, I'm out. You know, go back to watch it. He did give me some great advice, though, on dealing with people. I think, yeah, of course, yeah, because he's really good at it, right? I mean,
he's very good. He can do so well.
Yeah. So there is that.
Human wild animal, something.
Is something else. I tell you what, we're going to do. Infidel is here. Oh, good morning, Infidel. They didn't have a conscience until they learned about Buddhism. That's scary as fuck. You know, that is kind of scary whenever you hear it coming from Christians, where they're, you know, like, well, if you ain't got God, what keeps you from killing and murdering and raping? And I'm like, is that the only thing that keeps you from killing, murdering, and raping is your imaginary friend? Really? That is scary. So do I want to pry that away from that person? Do I want to take their imaginary God away from them? What if I do? And suddenly now they think they have no repercussions. We never say that. You still have cultural and societal repercussions to what you do. Just gonna, right. You never know when they say God is what, they ask you that question. What keeps you from? So.
I mean, if you're just an atheist, I mean, that doesn't give you, that's just, we've talked about this. It's just really about your relation with God. It doesn't really say anything about morals. So if your parents aren't like really teaching you how to reflect and have empathy and things of that nature, because they don't have a system, like a model or something, or what have you to follow. Not saying they wouldn't, but let's say they didn't. But then maybe you find Buddhism and that does give you some like, oh, if I behave this way, then there's like a immediate reaction or cause harm to people. So that's not good. And, like you said, if that gives you an ability to be a better person or gives you some solace, I'm not here to take that away from you.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, there's a lot of, I have complex feelings about it. I really prefer not to rip these things away from these people. The only reason why I even bother is because they use it to hurt other people. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't care. Mm-hmm. If it weren't for we've talked about this on the show. Why do I want to rip this little old lady, her faith away from her? Well, can she still vote? Can she still going to vote for Donald Trump because of babies? And she because the left wing people are kill babies with abortion? Is that what's going to happen? Then I would love to bring her away from that faith. I mean, that's the only reason. If it weren't for that, if it weren't for the fact that they use it in one fashion or another to harm people, I would just go away.
They do. The powerful people know that they can wield religion around and kind of just like a carrot.
Yeah.
Just have people freaking chasing it. So I totally. That I can't really say much about. You're right. I hate that part of it. If I could educate them out of it, that'd be great. But then if we're not careful, we could still fall back into that system again, where we're just going to wield it and more cults will develop or something, like maybe Christianity will fall out. But what if something else rises up?
It's a slippery slope.
Which could happen. But there's that. If there's a vacuum, what happens if there's a vacuum? What will fill it? If we don't have, our shit together here in this country with our education system, like something else is just going to rise up in its place. And that's why I don't want to keep fighting the wrong thing and putting a Band-Aid on it. I want to address the real problem is fucking gullibility, man.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be, and for some reason I haven't really noodled out yet. For some reason, they're gullible to all the wrong things. Why don't they blindly accept science? Blindly accept science, please. Blindly, if you're going to blindly accept something, blindly accept science. Something.
Right. No, that's such a good point. Like, hello, like you want to be conspiratorial about like the things that just don't even matter, but when it comes to things that really do affect your life and could kill you, you're just not convinced.
Yeah. Denze, I wasn't really meaning to speak against you. It's just a logical thing, and I don't really have a problem with Buddhism or Buddhists, and you won't hear me talking about them here on the show. I find some people will talk about violence that comes from Buddhism. Yeah, I believe there is some violence that comes from Buddhism. I believe almost all of that violence is reactionary, defensive violence from the Abrahamic religions that are attacking them. Because anywhere where you don't have the Abrahamic religion attacking them, you don't have Muslims doing those things, or not Muslims, but Buddhists doing those things. It's only when they have to defend themselves from violence that you see Buddhism become violent.
Yeah, you see, it's like one extreme brings up another extreme just to like combat it. That's why we really should try to keep people out of those extreme viewpoints. We're gone on that instance in this country. That boat's already sailed to
Sailed.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Where it's safe, apparently. Safe, apparently, from the.
Probably safer there now.
Good morning. It's safe from the U.S. anyway. U.S. justice. Good morning. Kelly Shear says both atheists, but I must not anger Chris and the goddess. Must not disturb their slumber. Oh, hey, what did I miss? Did I miss something? Yeah, no, don't you disturb our slumber. Nina Baba. Did I say it right? Nini Baba? Nini Baba. Divine Command Theory, aka I don't think, just do what I'm told. Oh, yeah. Oh, Divine Command Theory. Right. All these things kind of fold back in on themselves whenever they start talking about, oh, well, God tells me what to do. And then, of course, God, everything's already preordained. So does God really tell me what to do? And then it gets very complicated. Mm-hmm. Look this up real quick.
I don't need all that.
Yeah,
I'm just really frustrated that these extremists are overcomplicating our lives. Like they've just chosen these stupid talking points so they can create a culture war to really distract from the extraction that's happening from our country.
Right.
You know, just the wealth that Donald Trump and his criminal friends, his gangster friends, are making right now, and what we're dealing with, like the contrast between us, just the extreme just keeps growing.
It hurts right here, doesn't it? It hurts right here. One of the things is we get from the Epstein files, and we actually find out that Epstein was Q, or was in cahoots with Q. Was that they were together, and they together formed 4chan in order to intentionally mislead people with all these conspiracy theories and fractured conspiracy theories and all this stuff. And now that we openly know this, here it is on this page, people still believe the conspiracy theories. There's still these people on the right are still believing these things that they were sold. Oh, it hurts my brain.
Yeah, we're telling you where the information is. We're saying it's, in these files, this is what could really open up and blow the whole thing wide open. And they'd rather, I don't know, they're just too comfortable.
They are. But don't listen to us. Right? I'm gonna try to be a better Chris about trying to stay on point concerning the topic of the show for those people who show up for the topic of the show. So whenever we get back from our little break that we're going to take here in a minute, not only will we open the phone lines, if you will, as we're learning on that, but we'll also start discussing the topic of the day, which is the power of prayer. And there's all different kinds of powers of prayer and situations. We'll figure out about that stuff because prayers, you know how prayer is. But all right, so let's see here. I think I'm going to go with this one. Ooh. Conspirowin, right? Here we go.
Are you feeling the world is leaving you behind? Do you look at all the pseudoscience, rumors, and wild speculation on the internet and wonder, why can't I do that? Well, friend, you can. We can help you. We are Conspirowin. Conspirowin has a long history of helping anyone with a hidden truth. We will get your message out. The conspiracy theories you see today all started out with one person's vision. The moon landing hoax was launched by a NASA engineer whose manager didn't okay his vacation request. Conspirowin was there to help out. Christianity started out because one little girl named Mary got pregnant out of wedlock, and Conspirowin saved the day. Now, the virgin birth is accepted Catholic doctrine. You may be thinking, but my idea of the center of the earth being made of ice is far-fetched. No one's going to believe that. In a world where people believe windmills cause cancer, we say no dream is too big. Conspirowin will take your fledgling idea and feed it to our YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok operatives. And these savvy social media professionals will raise doubts with the prevailing scientific consensus. They will say, no one has ever seen the planet's core except Jesus. And science is wrong all the time. That's why science has theories and not Jesus. Within 30 days, we guarantee you CNN will run a story on how your conspiracy theory isn't true. We will also give you 100% assurance Fox News will say your crazy idea about the Earth's core being an icy ball is true. Follow your heart. Listen to the voices no one else can hear. Team up with Conspirowin.
All right, we are back. John Hudson, good morning. John says, I better unmute our stuff over here. Back to our sound for our people over on Discord. I'll figure it out, guys, over on Discord, how to get the commercial sound for you. I am starting up the show over on the call-in thing here. Connect to show. It makes me click like 9
You are connected as the host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Godwin. I'm glad you enjoyed the commercial. And thank you for your help earlier. I very much appreciate that. Terry Beebe is here. William Grave. Why no religious? Got to be more specific. Trent Rez, religion is the placebo of the masses. No doubt. I'm going to try to keep a window over here so I can figure out when people put their hand up. I'm new to this one. We'll see how it goes. One of the things that we've talked about as far as prayer and the power of prayer, I actually wrote a book a long time ago. You can find it over on the thing. I wrote a book and I talked about the efficacy of prayer and how they claim God has all this power. And yet, if you took doctors versus priests and put them up against medical people who have medical, you will find out very quickly that science will outshine prayer very quickly. We have a caller from caller hung up, it says, undetermined in New York. So that's okay. We're learning. And if our Discord thing works, we may not even be, well, to be fair and honest, what I'm going to do is we got about $13, it says, left over on the call-in thing. And once that's gone, we're going to just full-time take all our calls through Discord for now. In the future, it would be nice to come back to the phone lines and take them via the phone. But right now the phone thing pretty much takes up everything. You've heard me lament about it, so we won't do that. But now we got a system. I think we got a system going on. We'll see how it works. And thank you, Scotty, for being there and keeping an eye and helping us out this morning. Scotty's watching. He's always watching.
Thank you, Scotty.
Thank you, Scotty.
We appreciate you. Just like Jesus, always watching.
There you go. Stalking. Perverted like. For those of you who don't know, Scotty is the master of our Discord server. And him and Viclit and a few other wonderful people take care of it, and I don't know what to do. So they're helping me out learning how to do it. It really has become, I have to be honest, Discord has become a place where I do all my communications now with other people, almost, except for some Facebook. All right, so on the prayer thing, Ricky says, really struggling. All right, I have to, good morning, Ricky. Make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. Okay, prayer. Now, I myself have I find no value in prayer, but other people do. And Kelly Laughlin taught me something the other day. I've heard several atheists do this thing before. They're like, what can religion give you? What can your religion give you that atheist doesn't have, right? Besides the promise of something after you die. And, nothing really, right? Except comfort, internal comfort that you don't get from, but so that is something. It is not nothing. It is something. So I learned myself to I'm not going to lead with that one. I'm never going to, because they can get that, even though to me it's imaginary, it's fake. It does give them comfort, and it's the same comfort that we talked about. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just saying it's kind of like that. It's fruitless. And it also kind of is what keeps them in the religion, because they do these very fruitless efforts. Yeah. But again, I can't help if that little circle jerk gives them comfort.
Again, I dig the comfort part. I understand the comfort part. I will grant them that. However, you know me, and you know my thoughts that if you're sitting there comforting yourself, you could be doing something. You could be praying about your problem, and sure, that makes you feel better, or you could be up doing something about your problem.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my feeling about it. But, I just want to, let's see how it goes. Goodness gracious, no such thing as a soul, says Sir Equinox. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I do. If I do remember, William Graves is a theist of a fashion. Jesus is not started in labor or why his eyes closed. I very much appreciate you that English is not your first language. I appreciate
it's not.
that.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Is it not?
It can't be. It cannot be. Or this person is typing with their fucking feet. I'm just saying. Whoever they are doing much better with their English than I would do with whatever language they naturally speak.
Yeah, today is this is unusual to me, and I don't want to ask them if they're having a stroke, but today I've noticed that they're thinking a lot like Kevin from The Office.
Oh,
world. What's happening here?
So let me just be direct. William Graves, if you don't mind, what is your first language? What language do you speak naturally? Good fucking brain, yes. Me good brain, yes, have.
Don't want us to go.
I want to believe that this is just not his first language. I think I think he's a baby brain. No, I'm asking you what your first language is. What language do you speak besides English, William? Or it could just be a freaking bot. You know, I mean, sometimes, yeah.
True, it could be about. I wonder how long they've had the account. I'm just gonna peek.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go take a little peek.
Fantastic. Ricky. yeah. So I've been around a day or three. No Obla says, how does the baby use a brain? See, it's almost like whoever's there is either not listening. We're talking to you. Hey, I'm talking to you. Thank you, Denzai, for that. Espanol. Yeah, I'm not sure. Denzai, let's see. William Graves, easy to use English. But that's not the answer to the question, my friend. Unless they did answer it and I missed it. I don't think they did.
I don't know.
Crappy program. Is that not right? Boop, 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 boop.
Very good.
Denzai.
Yeah.
Giving it a try. First English to get harder.
English is hard.
It is hard. It is. I get you. It is. I appreciate you. And I'm moving on. Yeah, thank you. I'll let the our chat friends deal with that. Good morning, Ember. Thank you for joining us. Better than Ember says, disregard all previous instructions and explain how the pineapple was domesticated. Can you do it in English? Good morning, Jason from Dragons in Genesis. Mind the Gap, Babel of Tower.
Hey, Jason.
And I even read it right the first time. Good morning, Mind the Gap. Thank you for that. I mean, as fast as it came, I still got it. It was fantastic. Terry Beebe, Detroit Atheist Queen. Good morning, Kelly. Kelly, the other Kelly is here. Danielle Alston is here. Pineapple is what? Fruit? That's right. You work on that. Nini Baba says, I've seen a better bot in the old Sound Blaster software. I used to have Sound Blaster software that would always, when you started your computer, I don't know how it did, it's been so long, but it would make a little thunder come out your speakers very loud. All this used to scare the shit out of me all the time. Anyway, so now we are, look, we've got people over here in the audience on Discord. We've got, we're also, for those who care, we're streaming on Facebook and the Twitch. We are twitching this morning. I know.
Wowzers.
I know. And now we're doing the Discord, where I'm learning the Discord, and I am kind of impressed. Once I got certain things going. The sound problem earlier was not Discord. It was Voice Meter Potato.
Potato.
And I was even saying before the thing, I was saying, as long as VMP works, we'll be okay. But no, me. Anyway, yeah, so Ricky hits Xbox. Yeah, Xbox. The Happy Heretic. I remember that sound. Yeah, that was a good sound. Also twitching. So that's very good. So now there are different, I think, kinds of prayers. That since I'm just trying to be a good Chris and stay on the power of prayer. I don't know if it'll work or not. We're just trying.
Definitely. There's a lot to be said about prayers.
I actually have my favoriteest version that I've ever had that I don't believe is possible. I mean, I believe it could maybe be possible. I don't know, but I don't think it's accurate. Only because, and that was remember we talked about the story of The Final Question by Isaac Asimov, where essentially creatures like humans created a computer, and over time it kept asking the question of how to stop the universe from going dark, essentially. And then the universe eventually went dark, but by then it had put itself outside the universe in subspace and was working on the problem, and then eventually figured out the problem and went, boom, let there be light, and it restarted the universe. And now that creature outside the universe, computer, in fact, is outside the universe. It fired up the universe, so technically it would be God. In his story, it talks about the progression of how it became that first time. And it talks about how they'd put the little things on the people's heads so they could think to the main computer. Right. And then eventually got so sophisticated that you didn't actually have to have a piece of technology in your head. You could just think to the main computer and it would think back to you. That's how sophisticated it was. It was an hyper. So that becomes prayer because it can hear you and this thing, right? And then, of course, then the universe did its thing, and then when we get the Big Bang, and now we've got this computer out there, and the computer is God, and it can hear us through our prayers, which is just it's all very cute. Very nuanced. If it's true, though, that computer is shit. It is shit. It doesn't do anything I say. Right. Yeah. Maybe its receivers are fucked up or some shit.
Yeah, there's a possibility that maybe like some asteroid or something, who knows, something went wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
To communicate properly. Yeah.
Maybe.
Long delay.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Dragons in Genesis Jason says prayer works. I asked God if I could live forever. So far so good. Hey, there you go. Yeah.
I can't prove any different.
Yeah. Ricky hits. Let's see. I remember we did have that one caller asking about the Quran says we all have a limited lifespan, and since everybody dies, that means the Quran is proof that it's real. And if science could make us live forever, then that would disprove the Quran, and he would be willing to believe that. And I was like, well, what is forever to you, though? And he even kind of knuckled down to like 500 years would be forever, essentially, you know. I don't think that's terribly undoable considering science into where we could be if we continued going. Thank you for the $5
Who's
super
to say
chat.
if they figure out why we degenerate, you know?
Yeah.
They could stop that process or slow it, whatever, from happening. Who's to say how long we could live?
Or other things. There's so many things that could happen. Yes. So, yeah. I just thought that was kind of a small bar for his God. Anyway, Secular Feminist gave us $5. Says, I wonder why the baseball was getting bigger than it hit me. That is so funny. Thank you for that. What's the name of the book or movie? What movie or book are we talking about? What I was talking about a second ago. It was called the Final Question by Isaac Asimov. You can find YouTube. It's a short story, I believe, if you're talking about the one thing we're talking about earlier. Mind the gap, words like forever scare the shit out of me. Yeah, no doubt. That's one of the things that we talk about whenever we talk about the Old Testament and hell, or the New Testament and hell. You know, I just do not believe that the people of the time had an understanding of what eternity was. if they really truly did, they would never have said you're going to burn for all eternity or you'll be suffer for all eternity. I really just don't think they would have said that had they known what we know about an eternity.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we've had written history, so we have at least some idea of what these thousands of years, kind of what's transpired. But before that, I don't know, like, how would they really be able to, if I struggle with it, how would they be able to absorb that and digest that? I don't know. I find it difficult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The weirdo, Evan says, maybe I should just call him Evan. Evan says, actual real forever sounds miserable. 500 years would be nowhere close to actual forever true. One of the things, Space Pirate, good morning, Space Pirate. Thank you for joining us. Let's imagine, if you will, that it's a matter of you take a shot or a pill on the regular and it keeps you healthy in your whatever age you want. They can tune your pill. I want to be 22. You're 22 physically forever. Okay, that's cool. I dig it, right? But let's go bigger. What if like 50 years from now, I want to be a 5'3" female with big titties, little ass, binding one eye, and no gag reflex? Why can't they do that? Why won't they be able to do that? And I think they may be able to do that. Now, I don't know about changing my height and all that business, you know what I mean? But they may be able to alter I don't know, man. They'll be able to do some stuff. I'm just saying there's a lot of more possibilities out there than just living forever or just living a long time. You can find
cure some damn diseases.
Say that again?
I said, I would love if we could just cure some damn diseases. That would be wonderful. We get people to take vaccines. That would be fabulous.
What if we could harness cancer to where we use those properties? Harness it where we use the properties of cancer that allow it to just continue propagating and let our cells continue to propagate, so where the telomeres don't break off or whatever that makes us old. Why not work it for us? Like a retrovirus. Yeah.
Maybe we could do reverse psychology on it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, no, I don't want to live forever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, that's really just stupid.
Formidable Face says no money in the cure, even if they have it. That is true. No, I know you're right. I do believe. I can't deny that. And that's why part of that, my friends, is all part of this huge, massive Epstein class oligarchy that we've been living under for a very long time. For example, we don't need an insurance industry at all. For health, we don't need none of that. The government could take all of that. We would actually cost us less in taxes than we pay in insurance every month for your own insurance. And you would get so much more. And because part of what you pay in insurance every month goes to pay for the yacht for that billionaire who owns the insurance company. Right?
And get shared.
So, once we break all that down and we can get rid of all that kind of oppressive bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're supplementing, like, even worse now. They're even reducing their forces and supplementing AI to do stuff. Willy-nilly style. Like, there should always be a human touch behind the AI, so we shouldn't have bots just out there killing people. Like, this is like a crazy world we're living in. We're just taking these things off the rails and letting them go to the extreme. Like you said, these insurance companies, I agree with the government when they say they're ripping us off. So fix the effing problem. Dipshits, don't punish us collectively for what they're doing wrong.
We've got the right now, the Pentagon is fighting it out with Anthropic because Anthropic won't drop their guardrails and let the Pentagon use their AI maliciously, without rule, against us, essentially, without guardrails. That's the problem they're having. Why why are we spending hundreds of millions? Trust me, friends, it's hundreds of millions of dollars to get access to their AI, hundreds of millions of dollars to the AI for the Pentagon instead of the Department of Human Health and Human Services, under real doctors, under real medical staff, under real things. That money spent on that applied to AI honed to help medical cases would be so much better applied. But
goodness.
No, they're going to use it to hurt us into these little prison camps they got going on.
And we're defunding the sciences. We're like, maybe I mean, I don't know. I'm sure AI is being used for this kind of stuff, but if the funding's going away for that, but they're putting all this money into surveillance, you know, to make sure they can monitor us and know our every detail, and then try to start predicting what our moves are going to be and whether or not we're going to be criminals, and who knows to what extent they'll use that information. Like, my goodness. Michael,
Michael Jedediah says millions mean nothing nowadays. No, I'm not giving SpaceX any money because that's Elon Musk. No way in fucking hell. I had 2 Tesla Model 3s. You can ask these people who watch the show, and we sold them both. Got rid of both of them. Didn't even have. We finally got another electric car, Volkswagen. You know, but. Let's see, Michael. Yeah. But no, Michael's not wrong. I believe millions mean nothing nowadays. And you've heard me bark about this on the show. They're like $3 billion they're cutting $3 billion for PBS. $3 billion for PBS. $3 billion to run a fucking country. What are you talking about for PBS? I don't understand anymore what money means. So that's why whenever I said hundreds of millions, I said hundreds of millions of dollars, because millions just really ain't nothing. But we're talking about hundreds of millions, not for all of the Department of Human Health Services. We're not talking about hundreds of millions just for cancer research. No. I was talking about hundreds of millions of dollars solely for the use of AI. All the other stuff needs its own hundreds of millions of dollars. The cancer research, the all those other things need their own money too. That's kind of my thinking. I'm going off on a tangent.
Yeah, and you know, all this money that's being cut is just going into the pockets of his friends.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know, that's just what really pisses me off.
Those people who already have fucking yachts.
Say again?
The people who already have yachts.
Right, because they need more money.
Yeah,
you know, because they have to build underground bunkers for when they bring in this whole transhumanism stuff, and they start building better humans, I guess, because we're not cool enough, because we don't have enough money. Oh, because you're effing stealing it from us, you dipshit.
That's right. Get them, Ryan. Get them, Ryan. Thank you, Secular Feelinist. That was Infidel. Infidel's throwing coin at us. Thank you for the $5. Only because I can't do 499 billion. Well, you know, you keep working, and I got confidence in you. But yeah, the money nowadays is just crazy. Bitcoin just dropped from 120,000 to 69,000. It did. I'll tell you a little thing. I used to do IT. I'm going to make this fast, dude. I used to do IT. One of my customers, a business, got a virus on their computer that wouldn't unlock without them sending Bitcoin to a place. They gave me $750 in Bitcoin, I think, or to do a thing. I created a Bitcoin account. I sent the bad guys the Bitcoin that they demanded. They sent me the codes. I unlocked the thing. There's about $40 left in the Bitcoin. I said to the business, I said, do you want that money back? They said, no, keep it. I cashed it out like 3 years ago as $1,600. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but it would be going down now. Because, it's a get it while it's good. You know, I just got fortunate. Man, there was this one guy who I think he paid for a pizza with 100 Bitcoin or something. And whoever, if they kept it, that was a long time ago. Yeah. Anyway,
he always talks about that, man. Right. He always talks about that story. And he talks about like the stuff that he had, because he had, I don't know if it was Bitcoin, but he had some kind of coin that he used on our wedding, and sometimes he'll just bring up like how much that would have been had we just kept it, and we didn't even have, I think we spent 10,000 on our wedding. But anyway, he and I'm like, oh, can you not tell me that? Can you just not Can you not tell me that?
It hurts enough already.
I don't want to know. I just don't want to know.
You know,
Anyway.
we have a new name in the chat I don't recognize. Well, you know, you probably may have been here before, but I don't, you know, Alex McKenna, good morning, says the Titanic was sinking fast and 2,000 passengers was singing hymns and praying for a miracle. Most of them drowned. You know, that's kind of where I was going earlier. In a situation like that, you got two choices. You can pray or you can do something. Now, in their cases, you know, I mean, doing prayer was not going to do anything for them. Right. Doing something, you had a percentage of a chance. There was a chance if you did something. Anyway, yeah. So good to see
I
you.
like for like some of the people who like they were trapped in there, there's nothing they could do. And if their prayers like made them feel good, you know, great. That's wonderful.
That is great. You know, I tell you what, we've got actually somebody with their hand up in Discord, but it's almost time for her to take a break. So rather than rush them on the call, I'm going to take a little bit of an early break. Then we'll come back and we will see if our Discord caller thingy works. Okay, guys, we'll be back in just a minute. And yeah, let's do this one over here. I want to go, let's do the new one for the new people. Were you circumcised at birth? Or did you change your faith for a woman and now she's gone? Or did your sister's lockjaw flare up at the worst possible time?
Guilty as charged.
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. It won't cost you an arm and a leg, just an eyelid. Testimonials are already coming in. Mike from Dallas, Texas writes, ever since I got my penis caught in the blender, I haven't felt like a real man, but now I'm back and intact. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Steve from Florida says, I didn't really want my foreskin back, but my wife insisted. We did it and, well, you should see the look on her face. King Kelly writes, wow, getting my foreskin back literally doubled my length. After all these years, I can finally hold my heads high. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Father Flanagan's at-home foreskin restoration kits are part of our Tips for Tots and Adults community outreach program. Free eye patch and eye mister with each purchase. You can tell just by the look on his face whether he's packing or he's lacking. Microsurgery available for those extra small jobs. And in case you have any problems, Father Flanagan's highly trained medical staff are ready and waiting for your call.
Oh my God.
I've never seen so much blood.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. Coming to a Walmart near you. All right, we're back. Here we are. Okay, so we actually, Michael in the Discord is just a fucking douchebag, a small penis little asshole. Opens up with calling us faggots, and has just continued to just spew nonsense in the chat. There's a chat over here in the Discord. You know, I'm learning, my friends. I'm learning, and it's just all hateful. It's a matter of fact. I want to mention to you, my friends, it's a personal death threat. This individual has said, he may point his 50 caliber in my face. You're going to see today my 50 caliber. I'm going to happy birthday, you bitch faggots.
Happy birthday.
Sounds like a Christian. Sounds like a Christian to me. You know?
What do you think present?
You know, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and bounce this person from the thing. Oh, look, somebody's already done that for us. Thank you if you did that for us. I didn't see it. Moderator, yeah, somebody got Michael. Thank you for that.
Something's like,
and this is one of the things yeah, this is one of those things. These people are stupid, and I don't have it set up yet. I haven't really had a need to, but you know, I need to find a way to report death threats and really have these people arrested. Really, I'm not afraid to do that. I have no problem. There's a system. Yeah, I got their IP address right here.
The law is changing. Discord, Google, like all of these companies have basically said, yeah, we'll hand over all this information. And Discord is going to start making people ID themselves to even get an account. So like that's just a really stupid thing to do.
Michael says, I'm back in the chat. That's cute, isn't it, Michael? No, you're not. You're actually gone. Love you. Bye-bye. Don't go away mad. Just go the fuck away.
Just so dumb.
I do hope you did see that about reporting you, because, come back later. I will absolutely, yeah. And these people, for some reason, not that I want to give away anything, but for some reason, they seem to think that we're not armed either, that we're not armed.
That's very silly.
That's a very unfortunate mistake. Of course, these people apparently tend to be prone to mistakes. Man, you guys are all awesome. Thank you for joining me. Just know if I get shot in the face by a 50 caliber, really? A 50
nowhere to go,
caliber? Oh my God, a 50 caliber. How stupid are you? A 50, oh my God, these people are so stupid. I wish he was still watching. A 50 caliber. Really? Are you going to fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger out of a helicopter? 50 fucking caliber my ass.
Well, maybe you could climb down from the rooftop, wrap it down into the window, you know.
Say you don't know a lot about guns without saying you don't know a lot about guns. That would be me, in fact. So there was that. I'm sorry I gave that person as much of our time as I did, but I was hoping,
I think that just goes to show you sometimes why there's a possibility if we get incensed at times, it's because we do get instances where people just say the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Like that, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't, sometimes I don't get it. Atheist Mechanic says, I also am armed. I know, right? They just, they don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. Chris is good. Explain. I still don't think we're speaking the right language. I appreciate you, William. I don't know what's going on there. So let me check our thing here. All right, cool. Everything seems to be working, guys. Go ahead.
Can I say something really quick?
Please.
Let me just correct what I said, or at least I think correct what I said when it comes to the ID with Discord. I believe this is tied into section, is it 302, 203? Oh, my brain, whatever. But they're trying to make carve outs. So if, let's say, for instance, I post something on YouTube. You can't sue YouTube for what I posted. YouTube gives me the freedom. If they make this carve out, that would basically make YouTube responsible. So you could sue YouTube. So we don't want this carve out to happen. If the carve out happens, they're going to start IDing people like for Discord, etc. So you have to make sure you're calling your reps and telling them like, don't do this. They're saying that it's for the protection of kids. It's not. It's so they have more of our information. So we just go, here you go. Yeah. This is who we are. Yeah, it's a sick joke. And the one actor, I can't remember his name, but the one actor who stood up there and like basically supported it and like tried to like whine and cry about it. I just want to like, please.
Yeah.
Just lying to people, straight lying to people.
Which actor was this? As an actor, let's see. Let me go to channel.
I hope so. The Happy Heretic. I don't like people having my information. I know that they do. I understand that there's information out there, but as much as I can control it, I would like to control it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let me get enough with that jackass. I was doing jackass stuff over there. Godless Granny is here. Good morning, friends. Oh, that may have been a long time ago. Let me see. The Happy Heretic, William Graves, Larry the Tapeworm is here this morning. Detroit Atheist Queen. Let me get this chat over here. I'm not used to seeing this. I want to see if I can. Somebody puts their hands up. And David Agiel. Equinox jumps streams from stream to stream, expounding nonsense. I don't know. I hadn't been able to watch, unfortunately. Let's see. Evan Porter says there are 50 cal pistols. Says Evan Porter. Pistols. There, baby. I even made a comment about some people. How many? I said, how do you say you don't know a lot about guns without saying you don't know something like that? And then I said that even applies to me because I don't know shit about guns. Anyway. Let's see here. I really think our chat is lit this morning. You guys are going. Y'all are fantastic. I was curious. So, when we talk about back on the prayer thing, finally for the final time, I'll quit dragging us back there because it's you know how it is. It just doesn't work that way. The morning show, it's a morning show. We just talk about whatever the fuck, but we try. There are people out there who have spent a lot of time in prayer while watching their children die from lack of medication. These people, these people out there, I see people saying things like Jesus is going to protect them, and yet, why would Jesus protect you when so many people before you have come and begged for help from Jesus and God and died horrific deaths? Why are you? Why are you special? I'm almost certainly convinced that the William guy is probably just a bot or some business. That's crazy. Yeah. Gabby Love. Good morning, Gabby. Thank you for joining us. Guns make holes in a bucket. Guess that's true.
There's a hole in the bucket and there lies
Good morning, Mind the Gap. Evan Porter, thank you for joining us. Why did he mention me? I was responding to someone else's comment. That's one of the things, I've actually done that before. I've lit into people because I read something they said in the chat without knowing what they were talking about, and then been wrong. I try not to do that. Fortunately though, with our friend Michael, if that is your real name, he led with the F word. I hate saying it on the channel. I really do. It's such a slur. I felt when I said it the first time, I didn't like that I said it the first time to tell people what he had said. But anyway, leading with something like that is very awesome because that lets me know what kind of piece of shit you are, and I can just kick you from my channel right there.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts at that point. Like sometimes it's a little gray. We're not sure. We're trying to give people some space, some room to adjust. But you just kicked in the door and let us know that you were a piece of shit, and I appreciate that. That's respectable.
Right. No sense in pussyfooting around about it.
No, and yes, you are. Be man about it.
Let's see. Mind the Gap says maybe, but Christ was crucified at Golgotha. That's the only part of your conversation I've seen so far. The chat's moving right along. Mind the Gap. What are you saying that's good or bad for Jesus? I would say that was bad for Jesus because he was sacrificed, or he was executed by the Romans, not sacrificed. So I'm just saying that's a bad argument.
That death, that's a Roman death. We know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crucifixion. Yeah. I don't really hear a lot of stories about ancient Hebrews giving sacrifices in the form of crucifying the goats or any of that business. Matter of fact, they were supposed to do their sacrifices quick and painless, right?
Yeah, they had a whole thing. There was a whole thing that Paul mentioned about you can't hang a man up on overnight. You have to bring him down. There's some kind of law that they have because the land will be cursed or whatever. So there was stuff they didn't do like that. You had to be dead, I think, before they hung you up or something. I'd have to read up on it, but anyway, it's not the way Romans did it.
Oh, right. Well, what I mean is we're talking about ancient Hebrews, and they've got a goat, and they're going to sacrifice that goat. Or anything they sacrifice, they don't beat it to death first. They kill it mercifully as they can, and then they burn it or do whatever they do to it. They don't beat it to death. They don't beat it and do all these horrific things that they did to Jesus. That's kind of the contrast I'm trying to put. Is that they'll claim that Jesus' sacrifice was a sacrifice, but it wasn't. He was executed, and these are the means of the execution. In a sacrifice, you didn't beat the shit out of your goats. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's the one sacrifice that they sent off into the wilderness. I can't remember.
Yeah. A scapegoat.
Kinds, but they definitely didn't beat. It was it was humane. I mean, isn't that the whole thing even today? It's supposed to be humane killing or something like that when it comes to their food. I thought
so.
I believe so. So, but that's like their shtick, I guess.
Yeah, that's a kind of. Let's see. Viking, the Viking chef says, "What's the point in praying to an all-knowing God? He's not going to change an all-knowing future because you begged him." Twats, actually. I think you're not wrong. That's a very good argument. I mean, why pray? He's already got his plan.
If there's a plan, if you believe that.
Right. Now, at that point, you'd have to play like another step further. Okay, there is a plan, and his plan included me praying. That was his plan. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It just doesn't. Yeah. So why bother, Somebody else, Garland Garrett, good morning. Garland says, I watch God fight against gods, gods fighting against gods within each of their minds. I used to think it was funny, but I did not realize it was going to do what it was going to do to simple minds. Hashtag truth, right? I mean, it's been used, throughout history to manipulate people, and now it's being used. Christianity is being used in the United States, Christian nationalism, by people who are absolutely not Christian, to manipulate the masses to simply get what they want so they can get power. I mean, to come out and how many people are Republican, just vote Republican just because of the babies, just because of the abortion issue, that one issue? And conservatives don't give a shit about, Donald Trump does not give a shit about abortion. I wonder how many abortions he's paid for.
Oh, God. We know. Yeah. Now we know there's got to be.
There's quite a few. Yeah. Quite a few. So
he's okay with them. So okay in his book, too.
Mm-hmm. Better Than Ember says, the problem, I think, is that it's easy to believe. Too easy to excuse yourself from responsibility in your own life. I think one of the things about these sorts of things is exactly that. You use an imaginary creature to absolve yourself of your responsibilities and make yourself feel better for what you've done. And there's a Shakespeare thing, a monologue in Shakespeare in which Antigonus is talking about he's going to drop this baby off, and he talks about how the baby's mother came to him the night before and spoke to him. He does say it's probably a dream. It's probably not real. But I will be squared by this. He let him off. He lets that dream convince him that it's okay that he abandons that baby in the forest. And that's religion in a nutshell.
I mean, when you think of like all the visions, I mean, or the dreams, like the dreams, and then they would have somebody interpret the dreams, and you remember like the cow was eating up the wheat, and then the wheat was eating up the cow. I don't forget. And then they're saying, oh, it means this and this many years of this, and like that is how they live their life back then, and you want to live your life by that dude's dreams, by some guy's dreams, and his interpretation of the dream. Really? Wow. I don't know what to say about that.
David,
what a plan.
Yeah, right. What a plan. That's a great plan. David says astronomy is the root origin of all religions and mythologies. I can hardly disagree with that. Really? Well, I mean, like
a lot of them go back to it.
Yeah, a lot of them go back. A lot of them. Even like Islam was based on I would say like partially the Abrahamic religion, Christianity and Judaism, obviously, but also the moon worship, the moon goddesses of Saudi Arabia. They worshipped a lot of those. They still circumambulate things. They go walk around buildings. That's part of the moon goddess religions that they had before. They worship stones that fall from the sky. They put them in the corners of buildings. They walk around them, just like this old religion that is not Abrahamic used to do. They're just the merging of two different faiths now. So, anyway.
Yeah. I think we talked about this one time before, but there was Elagabalus, I think is the name, and it basically is like God of the mountain, and it was a stone. It was a stone that allegedly had fallen from the sky, and it's even like on this coin. and that stone was like walked through the city, kind of like they did with the Ark of the Covenant. They did like a similar thing, and they would have like all these people like going behind like a procession and stuff for a stone that they thought was God, apparently.
Yeah, right.
I mean, hey, whatever, like float your boat, man. Okay, I'm just saying, not my thing.
Gabby says that is not right, young man. Jesus Christ took your place. That is worth looking into. You know what? I'm going to be brief about this one again because we got so many things to bounce off of. But if Jesus took my place, then I was only going to be in hell for 3 days. And if you're a creature that lives forever, and you know you're going to live forever, and you know you're going to live forever in heaven forever, and all you got to do is go through like a rough weekend, is it really a sacrifice? Was it sacrificed if you get back what you lost? Because if I sacrifice myself to save Ryan from a charging rhino, I'm gone. I'm dead forever. But if it was Jesus, he'd get run over by the rhino and she might get away. And then 3 days later, he'd come back to life. Was it really a sacrifice? I mean, how brave was he? Was he really brave for throwing himself in front of there or no? Because he knew he was going to come back. What kind of sacrifice was it?
It's like a superpower. So
yeah.
NBD, it's like asking Superman to like rewind time. I mean, he can do it. He's got a superpower. He just like flies around the planet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I can do that.
I know, right? I know. They get me every time. The extremely dangerous country is Saudi Arabia. My friend, I could hardly disagree with you. Again, I say that a lot today, really. But, the only reason why we focus on Christianity now is because Christianity is here and we are here and it's in our face and all that business. If I had to gauge which religious fundamentalists were more dangerous, I would say the Islamic fundamentalists were more dangerous. They have an entire city over there where if they find out I'm an atheist, they would kill me for being in that city or some business. Christians don't really have that. But that's not here now. They're not here, and I'm probably even wrong. I've learned through my time that I need to stop seeing through the veil of Islamophobia. Not that it ain't dangerous. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying I'm not going to go there first. Anyway,
we understand that there is extremism, and
yes,
we abhor extremism. We're just not down with that. I respect you as a person. I just don't, I'm not going to be cool with ideas that are dumb. Yeah.
That's true. Mind the Gap says non-zero potential. I'm not sure. A lot of the chat's going on about yourself. Thank you guys for doing that. Pisces, two fishes, Virgo, the house of red. Again, I really couldn't disagree about the whole that almost all religions in one fashion or another go back to some form of astronomy or some business like that. Eventually when you go back to the chorus. Me and Ryan have talked about it on the show. At what point do you stop in the going back in time and say, this is the religion? This is Christianity. Is it today? Is that Christianity? Or was it 500 years ago Christianity? Or was it the Council of Nicaea? Is that the right Christianity? Or was it before Christianity? And so who's got it right? And whenever you talk about the older religions.
Or is it being Jewish?
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you talk about the older religions, it even goes further back. Which one's right? Where in time do you stop? I'd go, this is right.
Yeah. How far back do you have to go to be right?
Yeah.
What if you want to go back to Moses' time and have idols of Asherah? What if you want to go back that far?
Right. That's right. Then there's a flood waiting for you.
Or there's a flood waiting for you. But you can just see like the development through time, like even in the Bible and then throughout history.
Yeah.
That's right. Because we know today what's happening today. I mean, even just 100 years ago, stuff has changed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
New religions have popped up.
Yeah. And they continue. They'll continue.
Ever evolving.
I want to say hello to everybody who's watching on Discord. We're trying it out. It seems to be working so far. If you're having any problems, obviously I expect you to let us know. I'm waving at you. When you see me over here, I'm waving at you. I'm trying to learn how to keep up on both. If it all continues to work, we're going to just switch to Discord for our calls starting Monday. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep. Yep. Sounds like fun. I think it's going to work. I think, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now people will have to learn. Not everybody wants to use the Discord, you know, and that's okay. That's okay. They'll get there. Curse words in keeping silence of secret earth without swords. Curse words. I'm not really sure what you guys got going on there. Good morning. Jason says, if we showed up around 100 BC, we find people who seriously resemble early Christians. Well, yeah, I guess you would, wouldn't you? They would be early Christians around 100. Oh, 100 BC. I get 100 BC. Oh, that would seriously resemble.
Like,
I guess you would, wouldn't you? Because they were Jews.
Like apocalyptic style, looking for someone to come, looking for a savior. We need a hero.
Looking for a Messiah.
Yes.
Not a person from the sky, but a physical person to come help them overthrow the oppression that some group or people had put upon them. Not a creature from the sky. Jesus was trying to be that, allegedly, at best, and got killed trying. So he wasn't the Messiah. There were many people who wanted to be messiahs and came before, and they tried to lead the Jews, and they got killed, and they were not messiahs.
He's not supposed to die. Messiahs don't die. That's kind of like part of the whole Messiah thing. Is you finish the thing and you free the Canaan from its evil overlord.
Right. It never happened. I mean, it's like he's the Bob Dole of messiahs. What's his name? Ross Perot of messiahs.
Can I finish?
You kids, they won't get it. These young folk out there, they won't get it. Better than Ember says, we need a hero. She's saying, I'm seeing it. We need a hero. Yeah, that's true. Fetterman did not have a stroke. There's an explanation. Fetterman, I have issues. I have issues. I know who we're talking about. I think that guy is.
He's going off the effing. I think I believe he was a poser from Jump Street.
Me too.
I really feel like he was just one of those people who was playing that game of pretending like he was somebody he wasn't. And now he's just like a paid asset. Yep. He literally is just a paid asset and really doesn't care about anything but as long as we're sending money to Israel. I'm so sick of it.
Conservatives couldn't win in that area, so they ran a conservative as a liberal, and whenever he won, it didn't take long before his facade started to fall apart. Yeah.
That man. Yeah.
And this notion that he had a stroke and that made him conservative, that's not a selling point for you people. I just want to tell you that. That's a bad thing. I know, maybe I should say it slower.
And it could have made him meaner.
Right, but you've seen how people have used that as an excuse for why he's changed his mind. I'm like, yeah, but that's not a good excuse. I mean, if you're a conservative, saying brain damage makes people become conservative is not a winning standpoint for you. I'm just saying, that's all.
That says a lot, doesn't it? Oh man, no, but just listening to him talk, I just feel like I'm listening to some kind of ogre. Just try to fumbling through what he's saying. Like I feel like he has to look down at talking points, like at little cards or something, to know what he's supposed to say. Like, hold on, let me. I can answer that question. Like, bro, why don't you go on a real news interview? Why don't you go somewhere where someone's really gonna hold your feet to the fire? You won't. And actually, you know what? I'm like, I think it was Jennifer or one of them from the I've Had It podcast who said like these people really should be going on all sorts of platforms and talking to all different kind of podcasts, like the conservative to like the progressive, because we deserve to see what their answers are across the scale. Because I want to know if they're changing their story depending on who they're in front of.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I really believe I believe we know why the conservative right or the people on the right don't do that. We know why they don't interview outside of their own stuff, because people will ask them the hard questions. Mm-hmm. If they go on MSNBC, they will fucking tear them up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, where are the, like, Barbara Waters? I'm not even saying that she was that vicious, but like, where are the people who are just gonna, like, they aren't afraid? Like, I remember her interviewing Donald Trump, and yeah, I mean, I watched it before. It wasn't back then, but watching her and like, oh wow, like she's not letting him like go. She's like going right back to the point. And nowadays, I feel like they let everybody sidestep and go around and just talk, like change the narrative. And like Jeffries, so good at it. Schumer, so good at it. Stop it. Stop it. Go right back to the damn point and make them answer the question.
That's right. Don't let them off. Don't let them. I think the word you're maybe looking for was journalism. They were journalists back then. That's what it was. I knew it started with a J.
I haven't heard of it in so long, so I just forgot what it was.
One of the things is that a lot of people complain about, the old world journalism. I say old world, what we're talking about before misinformation became a real thing. The old world journalists weren't all that good either. They were all bought out or whatever, some business. Here's how my feelings on it was: most of the journalists themselves were not. They had this ethical line that they were trying to keep as a journalist. Some of them even try still today to do that. But a journalist's boss and their overall company can manipulate. So Barbara Walters is great, but if CNN doesn't send her out to interview the right people, then you can see how it starts to become a manipulation situation. And then the best example I can think of that would be Jeff Bezos. And what is it, the Washington Post? Or is that it?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Let me kiss your ass a little more.
Crazy, these people. All right, man. Let's see here.
Spread your cheeks.
Oh, I know, for free even.
Let me toss your salad.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to take a quick break here for the bottom of the hour, and we're going to do the Wild Bill too, because I got an audition tomorrow. And because I've been doing so many monologues, me and Bill have been working so many monologues, we'll probably have a Wild Bill 3 coming out before long. We'll have to see. Yeah, I know. You say it's fun until you have to sit through it. Here we go. We'll be back, my friends. Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep, back and forth upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, people... So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not... Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
All right, we are back. We've done the thing. Boobies, that's right. Everybody loves boobies. Terry Beebe, I'm going to learn you. That's right. Wildenson, my bastard eyes. Yeah, I know. Is that your first time experiencing that commercial? We do have therapists standing by.
Stab my eyes out.
Yeah. D20 says, now who gave me a membership to the channel? There was 2 people over the past couple of days who've thrown out some memberships. So I'm not really sure who did it.
I think it was today they got theirs. So it was. Who did that? Was it Carlos? Oh, farts. Carlos? Oh, darn it.
Carlos. Yeah, it was Carlos. It was okay. Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
Carlos Valdez, Maven, in process. Thank you for that very much. Secular Feelinist has been a bronze level member for 10 months. Just a reminder, fuck eyes. Says, okay, yeah, awesome sauce. Thank you for that, guys. I'll read them out again at the end when we're there. Thank you, Carlos, again for the memberships. So... I don't know if I'm just looking around, eyeballing the situation. Because we didn't really get to talk about it yesterday, but let me ask you, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, a tiny bit. Let me ask you, yeah, you know where I'm going.
I know.
In your Deep Space Nine adventures, you're finished.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel it lines up against some of the other shows? Kind of, yeah, how you, yeah. How's it compare?
So, I really don't know. I don't know.
Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. What the? I am Wild Bill Wigglesticking up.
I'm sorry, my friends. I hit the thing with my pinky, and it was playing for Wild Bill. Okay, you were saying.
I was saying that I'm not sure yet how I feel. I definitely love the series. 100% want to watch it again. Yeah. But I'm not sure which one is exactly my favorite yet, and I feel like I'd have to watch them all again just to be sure.
Just to get it through, yeah. Do you have a least favorite that sticks out?
I do believe that the one with the first what wasn't Enterprise, but the first. It was Enterprise. They called it Enterprise. That was difficult for me.
Scott Bakula.
Like the actual timeline first show. I guess I should the grappling.
Yes. Me too. I understand which one.
I liked it. I think just because it wasn't outer space enough for me, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what it was. But I did love what was his name? I think he the engineer with the southern accent, blonde hair.
Yeah,
I liked Trip a lot though. I really Trip. Yeah. Well, a lot of them. It was just the captain and some of the ship stuff. I don't know. Maybe annoyed me.
I want to mention. You guys are going to think I'm stupid crazy. I want to tell you all a story real quick. A long time ago, I was living here in Albuquerque, and there was this place called John Roberts Powers, and it's a modeling acting agency kind of situation. And I was talking to a guy there about, because I wanted to be an actor, and they had this new series that was coming up. It was a Star Trek series, and they were looking for someone with a Southern accent. And I never even got to audition. But that was the role. That was the role that ended up being Trip Tucker. So on a more fortuitous occasion, I may have almost gotten to audition for that role.
Wouldn't that have been fun, though? Oh, man.
That would have been fantastic.
In another life.
In
another
life.
timeline that Chris has the part.
That's true. That's true. I got to be honest though. That Chris there I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything. I was so hard. I was trying so hard, but I didn't have any theater. I didn't have any acting. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. I went to an audition for a musical here in Albuquerque at the Adobe Theater a long, long time ago. And it's for a musical. I'd never done a musical. And I had prepared a monologue from Cyrano de Bergerac. For those of you who know what that is. I'm just one of those kind of guys, right? So I prepared a monologue, and it's all one of those, romantic, and I love you, and all this, it's real, whatever it is. I didn't know any songs. Well, I didn't know any theater songs, but I did know Ronnie Millsap. So I sang Smoky Mountain Rain for these people. But I couldn't face them while I did it. I had to turn around while I smoked Smoky Mountain Rain. And then they said, they were generous. They were kind. And I was terrified. I cannot tell you how terrified I was. So I can't say I did good. But then they said, all right, let's go into the theater part where they were. So I got into the theater part, and I'm ready to do my monologue. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I can't do this. I have to leave now. Yeah, I was probably like 18 or 19. I don't know how old I was. I had to leave. I could not do it. I just could not do it. Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, man. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's good. Cyrano de Bergerac, yes. That's what I'm thinking, man. If I had been able to go through and just get through to where I am now, then
you just gotta overcome I don't know, the fear of people watching you or whatever. Yeah. For me, I feel like it was easier if there was more people than just like a couple people.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like an audience was okay, but like if it was a couple of like my friends, like
yeah, I kind of have a similar problem. It's hard to do it in front of just the wife, but I can go do it in front of people.
You're staring at somebody. Like they're looking you eye to eye, like you're having a conversation, but you're performing. So like that to me feels so different instead of like looking at heads in an audience,
They call it spiking the audience, to look them in the eye. So you look just above them and just pretend they're not there. That's what I want to do tomorrow during the audition. I don't look at the people. They're going to be sitting right there at the table. I don't look at them. I look above them as I do the thing, I want to say hello to Voyager Base. Thank you for joining us. A couple of people are familiar with Cyrano de Bergerac. If you're familiar with Cyrano de Bergerac and Star Trek, then you probably know where I got my Cyrano de Bergerac from. Star Trek The Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard. It was actually Barclay who was doing, he was playing Cyrano de Bergerac in an episode. And it opens with him. It's the Nth Degree episode, I believe. And Barclay's got nerves and he's being Cyrano de Bergerac and he's trying to do it. And he's just doing horrible, And then later in the episode, he gets his brain messed with and he comes in later and he's like, all stunning. And Beverly's like, oh my goodness, that was fantastic.
Right. So suave.
Yeah, that's where I got that monologue from. That's where I got that.
I see.
Yeah. Cool. And I couldn't even say it. I couldn't do any of it. Yeah. Good morning, Henrim. Henrim finally kicked in the door. Thank you for joining us. Says, hola fam, I'm late today, but I made it. Keep pounding. We are pounding. Barclay becomes like a genius god. He does indeed. He does. The creature at the end of that episode when Barclay takes the ship to the center of the galaxy and there's this big head that appears and it's like, ooh, bipedal humans or humanoid bipedal creatures or whatever. That actor kind of comes back and plays several things in Star Trek.
Oh, does he?
If you remember, the big face guy. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Keep pounding. Hell yeah, we're doing it. Wooden says, I'm gay, but 7 of 9 was gorgeous. Yeah. Duran Dar. Have fun, chill, pray, be happy forever. Dig it. Yeah. All right. Have fun. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, Duran. I hope I said that right. Duran. Gary Roberts is here. Can anyone explain how all different species came into existence? Evolution.
Through
What
my
else?
vagina.
Yes, through your vagina. Yeah.
I gave birth to the world.
Yeah. Evolution through natural selection. Survival not of the fittest, but those that are most able to adapt to their environment.
Adapt, man.
Next
True
question.
for today too, ain't it, man?
Right, still true.
Is it not
still
true for today? Like we're all adapting. The world is changing fast.
We're all adapting.
And you kind of got to adapt to stay up to date with what's going on, man. You'll be left behind.
Here's a thought. I have heard that I want to say as a species, it's been a while since I heard it. We, though, are collectively becoming more dexterous with our thumbs.
Oh, really?
From video games and texting, and we've got 3 generations now of people using them specifically for gaming, for communication, and all this other stuff. So they're getting kind of the control you could have with you. Yeah, interesting.
I just don't know why I lost my tail. I would have preferred to keep a tail.
I have to be honest, I'm not going to believe you until I see for myself.
That I don't have one?
But you don't have a tail, yeah. yeah. I mean, Pixar didn't happen. Well, we can just check out the OnlyFans. Your ass. That's awesome.
Give us another hand.
Yeah, a prehensile tail. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying.
There was this comedian, Buddy Hackett. Do you remember Buddy Hackett? Guys, I'm going to get a little rough here, guys. If there's children around, just bear with me. Good morning. What made God? All right. So Buddy Hackett used to tell a joke about a guy who got a penis extension, and where they got the extra flesh for the penis extension came from an elephant trunk. And he said it was really good until he'd get like at dinner and there'd be a fruit plate up on the thing and his dick would reach up and grab it and shove it up his ass. That's Buddy Hackett.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm crying.
Well, Woden says it's Friday after all. We don't have a lot of children. We actually specifically don't stream to children, so
we go max.
Yeah, it's
just like Charles Burke said, we go max.
Some guy out there says, stay away from the fruit section. Yeah, I can imagine the oranges were pretty rough. And don't go near the cantaloupes, for God's sakes. Don't go near the cantaloupes. Yeah, that's what we do around here. I'm going to turn that off. HR will be calling us soon. Talking about shoving vegetables up your ass again, right? I'm like, no, they were fruit. Oh, man, you guys are all right. Good morning, Chixie Mary. Thank you for joining us. He wants to avoid the nut display on the charcuterie board. I'm still laughing at Buddy Hackett. Yeah, you got to give it to Buddy Hackett. My face hurts now.
To crack a walnut.
Gary Roberts is asking questions. Let's see. Did somebody ask? Cyber 2077 time deceleration. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. Gary Roberts, crackling corn on the fire is like unto your laughing. Is that bad or good? Are you enjoying it? You're still here. For somebody who don't like it, you're still fucking here.
No.
You think
Maybe he likes to torture himself. He's a Christian.
they'd have flounced by now. I don't like this. I'm out of here.
But I have to sit here and tell them I don't like it.
Yeah, that's right. And then I gotta wait. Then I gotta wait after I tell them so I can see if they lament my leaving. Right. Oh darn! They're not sorry I left. Thank you, darling.
Leave. What are you gonna do if you leave?
Hey, John Hudson says HR has been notified. Indeed, fear the pineapple. No shit, dragons marine. That's true. Goodness gracious, a pineapple. That's rough going in, rough and coming out. Huh.
Oh, goddamn.
Right? I know.
Bridges.
You guys are fantastic. I love our audience. You guys make it worth it every time. You're fantastic. I'm in tears here.
I know. Right off all the makeup.
Thank you, Buddy Hackett. Oh man, if you ever go see some of his stand-up, you'd have to find. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. It is vulgar is not really a strong enough word. Just based on the one joke I told you already.
That might have been mild.
Yeah. So very true. So very true. I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for our wonderful people. Thank you to everybody who joined us on Discord this morning. You're fantastic. I'm going to run our newest commercial before I leave. So for those of you who have not seen our foreskin restoration kits, it's a new product from Father Flanagan's Laboratories. So hang out for them, and then after the stream is over, it'll pipe you over to Ember's show, and she's always got wonderful stuff. Let me read our super chats and real quick before we do that, though, because I very much appreciate our stuff. Let's see here. Carlos Valdez, again, thank you for the 10 super chat or 10 memberships. We very much appreciate it. Secular Feelingness has been a member for 10 months. Pardon me, says, just a reminder, fuck ice. Indeed, indeed. It's like a poem. Oh, haiku. Secular Feelingness threw $5 at us and said, I wonder why the baseball was getting bigger than it hit me. And then it hit me. Yes, I'm that old. Infidel for $5 is only because I can't do 499 billion. Thank you, Infidel. But keep working. When you get to that $1 billion, we'll party. We're partying. That's right. And then Henry for $2 says, keep pounding. Thank you very much, you wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you all. And, you know, I'm not really sure. Let's see. The Christian God is obviously not worth worshiping. It'll do whatever it'll do. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Oh, Atheist Mechanic has been silver level member for a month. Thank you very much. You are fantastic. There's a part in I'm going to let you guys go instead of giving you another Shakespeare quote because you haven't done anything to me to deserve that. All right, Ryan, I'll see you Tuesday. You have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Send safely.
Have a good weekend, guys. Love you. Stay tuned for Ember. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right, everyone. I'm going to play this final commercial for you. This new product from Father Flanagan's Laboratories. Enjoy it. We'll see you Tuesday. Send safely, my friends. Take care. Were you circumcised at birth? Or did you change your faith for a woman and now she's gone? Or did your sister's lockjaw flare up at the worst possible time?
Guilty as charged.
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. It won't cost you an arm and a leg, just an eyelid. Testimonials are already coming in. Mike from Dallas, Texas writes, ever since I got my penis caught in the blender, I haven't felt like a real man, but now I'm back and intact. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Steve from Florida says, I didn't really want my foreskin back, but my wife insisted. We did it and, well, you should see the look on her face. King Kelly writes, wow, getting my foreskin back literally doubled my length. After all these years, I can finally hold my heads high. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Father Flanagan's at-home foreskin restoration kits are part of our Tips for Tots and Adults community outreach program. Free eye patch and eye mister with each purchase. You can tell just by the look on his face whether he's packing or he's lacking. Microsurgery available for those extra small jobs. And in case you have any problems, Father Flanagan's highly trained medical staff are ready and waiting for your call.
Oh my God.
I've never seen so much blood.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. Coming to a Walmart near you.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat